The day our college acceptance letters came in, a girl from my class dropped to her knees in front of everyone and begged me to pay for her school. Like a complete idiot, I felt bad, and agreed to cover her tuition and living expenses for all 4 years. But barely a month into school, she was blowing money on 5-figure handbags and 4-figure lipsticks, hitting me up for cash 8 times a month. I'd had enough, so I told her I could only give her $3,000 a month. She flipped out. Told me I was breaking my promise, that my family's cars cost millions, and I was being cheap. When I refused to keep funding her lifestyle, she went and posted on the school confessions page, lying that I'd slept with her all through high school and got her pregnant 3 times. Overnight, I went from a regular guy to a heartless cheater. People were throwing literal dog poop at me on campus. On top of that, my family's company was about to go public, so I didn't want to stress my parents out. I caved. She smirked and said, "You're a month late, that'll cost you $100 grand. She blackmailed me for 3 straight years. Right before graduation, once our company successfully went public, I cut her off. She snapped, kidnapped me with her boyfriend, collected a massive ransom, then killed me and dumped my body in an abandoned incinerator. My parents were destroyed when they found my body. They both died within 3 years. Meanwhile, Liu Ruyan and her boyfriend were living it up overseas with that ransom money. Then I woke up, and I'd been reborn, back to the day we picked up our acceptance letters. This time, I looked at her kneeling in front of me and shut it down cold. "I don't have money for you. Ever heard of a student loan? Or a part-time job?" Out on the school field, everyone was tearing up their notes and textbooks, celebrating the end of 3 brutal years. Paper was flying everywhere, and that's when Liu Ruyan, the class beauty, walked over with her bestie Zhang Xiaoqian and dropped to her knees right in front of me. She looked up at me with her best sad girl face. "My family's really poor. Please help pay for my school. I know your family has money." The second she knelt, half the school turned to stare. Liu Ruyan was the class beauty, had great grades, and now she was throwing in the poor girl card, kneeling in front of a rich kid. The moral pressure alone was suffocating. She'd picked the most crowded spot on purpose and brought along the biggest gossip on campus. Every move was calculated, but I'd already lived through this once. I knew exactly who she was. Last time, this woman tormented me for 3 years and ended up having me chopped up and thrown in an incinerator. It all started because I was too soft-hearted, agreeing to sponsor her college in front of an audience. Once she got to college, her spending was on par with second-generation rich kids. She was buying luxury bags and designer makeup from day one, a complete 180 from the girl who'd been begging me on her knees. I told her I'd only cover her basic living costs. She immediately hit me with a moral guilt trip, saying I made a promise in public and was now going back on my word, and that with my family's money, basic living expenses were insulting. Her greediness disgusted me, so I cut her off completely. That's when she ran to the school confessions page and spread the lie that I'd been sleeping with her since high school, forced 3 abortions on her, then dumped her for someone new. I tried to defend myself, but someone threw back, "If she's not your girlfriend, why were you giving her money in the first place?" Just like that, I was the villain. My family's IPO was happening at the same time, so I couldn't let my parents find out. I gave in again, and she went absolutely wild, demanding $100,000 a month. She used my money to fund her boyfriend, her entire lifestyle, everything. I suffered through 3 full years of this. The moment our company went public right before graduation, I cut her off completely, not a single cent more. She went full desperate, kidnapped me with her boyfriend, and demanded $30 million in ransom from my family. Then, to cover their tracks, they killed me. They dismembered my body and dumped it in an abandoned incinerator. When my mom saw what was left of me, she collapsed and ended up in the ICU. She never made it out. My dad lost his wife and his son all at once. He went white-haired overnight, drank himself into the ground, and was gone not long after. Our entire family was wiped out, all because of Liu Ruyan and because of my own stupid soft heart, but I got a second chance. This time I wasn't making the same mistake. I looked down at her putting on her fragile little act, smirked, and stepped aside. "No money. Have you ever considered a student loan? Or getting a part-time job?" Liu Ruyan just froze. Zhang Xiaoqian looked equally thrown off. They both knew I spent money like water and was always generous with people. Last month I casually handed a one-legged beggar $10,000 and it blew up around school. After that, a bunch of people anonymously slid into my messages asking for money. I blocked every single one of them. Liu Ruyan's whole kneel in public move actually worked on me once. Now she tilted her head up and kept going. "Wang Xiaoyi, I know you spend a ton on food every day. I'm just asking for a tiny piece of that. I really need this money to finish school." I cut her off. "How much I spend on food has nothing to do with you. Why would I owe you any of it?" I also called out that sob story she'd been pushing about her grandpa running a food stall. The second I said it, she went quiet. And I realized she was the one who'd been sending me those anonymous messages all along. She mumbled that her grandpa sold rice cake skewers. I said, "Perfect. My company has thousands of employees. I'll tell them all to go buy from him. That way you're earning it yourself. No strings attached." She hit back that her grandpa was in his 80s and couldn't make that much. I shrugged. "Then there's nothing I can do. Figure something else out. Student loans are an option." I turned to leave. I knew that with this many people watching, letting her stay on her knees too long would make me look like I was bullying a poor girl. But Zhang Xiaoqian immediately jumped in my way. "Xiaoyi, Ruyan is so pitiful. Both parents gone, raised by her grandpa alone. What's wrong with helping her out? I almost laughed out loud. Both parents dead? Then pull out the death certificates. Because I'm pretty sure they both showed up at the school entrance ceremony. Cursing your own parents just to play the victim. You think that's okay? I looked at Liu Ruyan. She avoided my eyes and quickly said, "You misunderstood. Those were my aunt and uncle." I nodded. "Oh, sounds like they treat you pretty well. Just ask them for the money and pay them back after you graduate." She clutched her chest. "My aunt and uncle are terminally ill. Otherwise, I wouldn't be putting myself through this." I had to stop myself from rolling my eyes. Look, acting helpless is a choice. Plenty of students work part-time to get by. What makes you any different? Bottom line, you just want something for nothing. Zhang Xiaoqian saw she was losing ground and jumped in. "Wang Xiaoyi, she's not against working. It's just exhausting and doesn't pay much. You've got more than enough. Just split half with her and everyone's happy." I genuinely couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Zhang Xiaoqian, you two are so close. You sponsor her. Me having money is my business. Her not having money is not my problem." She still wouldn't let it go. "Your family's loaded. What's wrong with doing a little good? You gave a beggar $10,000. You can spare something." I looked her dead in the eye. "That beggar had a missing leg. You want to cut yours off? I'll give you 10 grand too." Zhang Xiaoqian was fuming. I just smiled. "Are you okay? You're out here demanding money from people with that attitude. This is school. Out in the real world, that mouth of yours would get you smacked." Zhang Xiaoqian spat back. "Unbelievable. You're such a cheapskate." Liu Ruyan quickly shut her up, stood up herself, and leaned in close to my ear. She whispered, "Please, I'll do anything you want. You can even keep me." Her voice was barely audible. Mine was not, "Keep you?" Every single person nearby heard it loud and clear.